Hey guys, Susie here from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Welcome to my 24-week pregnancy update. I'm going to start this video the same way I start all of my pregnancy vlog or pregnancy update videos, and that is by talking specifically about the baby and the baby's development. So for these little chit chats, I use the Pregnancy Plus app. So there is the image of the baby, and you can hear the little heart beating. And here is the scale size. I say this every week, but compared to my cell phone, like the baby is just getting so big, whereas at weeks like 7, 8, 9, it was just like a tiny, tiny little speck on the phone. So I'm getting very excited, and I'm getting very close to my 3rd trimester, which is exciting. Anyway, what does the app say about the baby for week 24? It says your baby's primitive memory is beginning to develop, implying that music and voices will be leaving an impression on your little one's brain. His spine has 1,000 ligaments, 150 joints, and 33 vertebrae. Blood vessels are busy developing inside the lungs, and nostrils are beginning to open. Now that your baby has fully developed hands, loud noises may even prompt the baby to cover his ears, and I find that really cute. And what else does it say? His skin has now changed from translucent to more opaque in appearance. The cerebral cortex, or the part of your baby's brain that is responsible for emotions, reasoning, planning, and ability to solve problems, is the most prominent part of the brain at this point. So that's just a little bit about the baby. Things that I notice about the baby this week is just his size. I have definitely popped. And I have been eating a lot better, and I don't feel like I put on a whole lot of weight. I just feel like the baby is bigger, my uterus is bigger, and my belly is just out of control. Like even maternity tops, I find some of them are tight on my belly, and I'm just a lot bigger, I think, than I was even last week. And I can feel that he is bigger. So even like the little kicks and punches, like they are just in full force now. And sometimes I can actually feel him like twisting and flipping over, and I can feel him stretching inside my uterus. And again, I've said this in every video, feeling the baby moving is like my favorite part of pregnancy. So I don't mind that at all. As far as symptoms this week, I definitely have more heartburn again. So my heartburn is a little bit worse again, and I expect it to get like increasingly worse until the baby's born. At least that's what happened with Wilson anyway. So I have heartburn. Something that is new is that my nausea came back. So I'd say I have little bouts of nausea every single day again, and my nausea never came back with Wilson, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. It's not so bad that like I haven't been eating or that I've been like vomiting or anything like that. I'm just kind of queasy at different times throughout the day. I am definitely exhausted, especially at the end of a work day. So I'm a registered nurse, and a lot of you are probably thinking, well, like, you know, your job is exhausting, you're moving around a lot and you're on your feet all day. And that is true, but I work 8-hour shifts and I work in the operating room. So as far as nursing jobs go, it's really not the most strenuous. We don't really do a whole lot of lifting or pulling. I mean, I might push a stretcher with another nurse sometimes. And we are moving around quite a bit, and I am on my feet, but you know, we get breaks, and I really just don't feel like it is overly physically strenuous, and I don't feel like I should be this tired at the end of my workday, but I really am. And I've been going to bed at like 8:30 at night. I'm just exhausted. Another pregnancy symptom, I guess, is just that, again, I'm just having like some anxiety, and I don't like to call it depression because I have it for a couple of days and then it goes away, and it's really not that bad. It's not so bad that it's like stopping me from doing anything, but I'm just kind of down in the dumps again. It's funny, in my last pregnancy update, I was like down in the dumps about my appearance, and this week I don't feel like that. I'm just kind of down in the dumps in general. Certain days, and feeling sorry for myself. And then the other part that is really sad when I think about it now, when I like feel good, I'm thinking rationally, is like I've been really moody towards my husband, and he doesn't deserve it. Some of them might deserve it, but he definitely doesn't deserve it. I just feel like I'm moody, like he'll come up and try to hug me and stuff like that, and I'm just not interested in that at all. Like, I don't want him to touch me. And I'm just not being a very nice person. And so I'm really trying to snap out of that because, I don't know, that's just not good for anybody, and I feel really, really bad. A few people DM'd me about stretch marks and like what I do to prevent stretch marks. And I don't know, this is kind of tough for me to answer because I didn't get stretch marks with my first pregnancy, and I went from being really, really thin at the time, like probably the smallest I've ever been, to being really big. So I gained probably a total of like 50 or 60 pounds in my last pregnancy, and I put it on pretty quick, and I didn't get any stretch marks. I also went from like an A cup to like a double D and I didn't get any stretch marks on my breasts. So I just think it's my own skin type and, you know, genetics and things like that. There are a lot of creams and different things out there that you can use for stretch marks, and the only thing that some of the YouTubers that I watch have recommended that they say have worked are like the bio oils, but I can't say for sure if that worked because I never used it before. But don't waste too much money on like expensive creams, because I feel like either you're going to get them or you're not going to get them. And again, this is hard for me to say because I don't have them, but I don't really care if I get them. Like, if somebody was to say to me, you know, you can either have a stomach full of stretch marks and 2 beautiful children, or you could have like a perfect stomach with no stretch marks on it and have no children, I'd pick the kids over the stretch marks. So what I'm trying to say is just, if you get them, don't be too hard on yourself. And if you want to try the bio oil, you can try that. If anybody is watching this and you have some like really good tips or things that you've used in the past that you think work, you can leave them in the comment section below. Speaking of the comment section, I posted a video last week. It was just supposed to be like kind of a fun video of me talking about things that I recommend for newborns. Things that are like either inexpensive or just kind of no-brainer items that I felt like I needed to have when Wilson was a brand new baby, and things that I'm definitely going to use again. And I didn't ask you guys to leave suggestions, I don't think, in the description box, or sorry, in the comment section, but a lot of you did anyway, and there were some really, really great suggestions. So if you are pregnant right now and you are watching this and you don't normally read my comments, if you watch that other video or just click on it and go through the comment section, there was some really good tips for like diaper rash and diapers and wipes and different things like that, and different things to kind of save money. And so if you guys have any tips or anything that you want to share, please leave them in the comment section, and please make sure that you check out the comment section if you're pregnant. The only other thing that I wanted to mention is that, and I don't think I mentioned this in last week's video, but I feel like it's been going on for a couple of weeks now and I just keep forgetting to mention it. My sciatic nerve has been acting up, and the only reason I think it's my sciatic nerve is because I had the exact same thing with Wilson, and it got so bad that I had to go to a chiropractor. Oh my God, I'm so out of breath. I had to go to a chiropractor, and they told me that that's what it was, that it was my sciatic nerve. And I went for a couple of treatments with a chiropractor and it went away. So it's just kind of starting to creep up again, usually like at the end of the day. It's only on the right side, and it's when I put my foot on the ground, like if I'm taking steps, it just sends like a shooting pain from like basically my lower back butt cheek area right down my leg, and it is excruciating. But it doesn't happen every day, but when it happens, it is awful. And I've been having a lot of different types of aches and pains, like if I'm laying on one side in bed and I go to roll over to the other side, if I don't move strategically, I'll get this really sharp, like pulling, tearing sensation in my stomach, and it just does not feel good at all. And that happens sometimes if, just wait, if I go from sitting to standing really fast, or if I bent over quickly, that might happen again. And I really don't like that at all. The only other symptom that is really driving me crazy is that I still need to pee all the time, especially at night. And sometimes it's so bad that I like go pee, And then I get in bed and I get my pregnancy pillow between my legs and kind of in my perfect comfy spot. And I'm just ready to close my eyes and I have to pee again, like 2 minutes later. And so I have to get out of bed again and go through the whole process again. And then maybe a half hour later I have to pee again. It's really brutal. But I have been drinking a lot more water, and just to touch on something I talked about the last couple of weeks, I have been definitely eating better, and I have been trying to do a little bit of activity, and I've been taking my iron supplements, and I have been taking my B12 and the other supplements that my doctor wanted me to take. So I'm definitely, like, from a dietary standpoint, I'm not eating perfectly, but I'm definitely eating better. And I do notice a difference in how I feel, and I don't feel as dizzy and lightheaded. So I think a lot of that was me just like eating way too much sugar and not eating proper nutrition and not taking the supplements that my doctor wanted me to take. I just kind of went off the rails, and I don't know, it really affected me. Like, I felt like kind of dizzy and lightheaded for a full week. And I told you guys, like, I had a bunch of glucose in my urine and it just wasn't good. Doctor's appointments, etc., etc. So I don't really have any doctor's appointments coming up yet. I have one in 2 weeks just with my OB, and that's my regular monthly checkup. And after that one, I'm going to be in my 3rd trimester. So I think once I enter my 3rd trimester, I'll see her every 2 weeks. And although the appointments are kind of boring, I look forward to that because I feel like it's something that I look forward to that kind of helps it feel like the pregnancy is going by a little bit quicker. One thing about this pregnancy that I didn't find with my last pregnancy is that it is crawling. Like, I'm just done with being pregnant. I know that sounds bad, but a lot of you know this. I've been pregnant. This is my 4th time being pregnant in like a year or a year and a half. Like, I kept being pregnant. I was pregnant for 12 weeks and I had a miscarriage. Then I was pregnant for 8 weeks, then I had a miscarriage, and then I got pregnant again with this pregnancy, and I just feel like it is going on forever and I am just done. And speaking of being done, this is kind of like a positive thing, or something that you guys might want to start thinking about if you are, you know, in your 20th, 23rd, 24th week of pregnancy. But I picked a date for my last day of work. So when I was pregnant with Wilson, I worked right up until like the week before I had him. I took days off here and there. I took holidays and I took some sick days and things like that, but I only had like a week or 2 weeks off before I actually had the baby. This time I'm taking like almost 7 weeks off before I have him, if I make it to that day. So I have, maybe it's even less than that. I can't think. I cannot do math right now, but I only have 39 days before I go off work. I am very lucky that I live in Canada, and right now you have the option of taking an 18-month maternity leave. So some people might be like, oh, Susie, just try to make it as close as you can to your due date so that you'll be off for a year. But I think I'm going to take the 18 months off. So I would love to take, you know, a month and a half, 2 months off early before the baby's born, so I can really rest and I can really spend some time with Wilson while, you know, he's still an only child for a little bit of time. So I'm really, really excited to go off work. And I'll definitely be making lots of YouTube content. So that might be a good time for my channel, I think, is during that 18 months. I plan on trying to, you know, get a new camera and kind of invest a little bit more time and money into my channel. Because normally I don't have the opportunity to do that because I'm still working. I am gonna wrap this video up. These videos are always way longer than I thought. I'm gonna put a little, right after I show my bump, I have a little vlog of what we did today, just because it's very like fallish and Halloween-y, and some of you guys really like to see footage of Wilson. So we like carved pumpkins today and hung out outside and we had a great day. So I'm gonna put a little vlog at the end. And another thing I just want to mention before I show you guys my bump and wrap it up is just talking about the Sprout collection again. So if you watch my last video, I subscribed to this maternity clothes rental subscription. and they actually, I contacted them and they gifted me the boxes. And all I have to do is, I'm gonna do an unboxing video next month, kind of as an exchange for their service. I finally got to go through the whole process, so I picked my 4 items, like beautiful designer maternity clothing items. I wore them for a month. You might have seen the little video I posted on Instagram, but anyway, I wore them for a month, and then you just put them right back in the same box that they ship them to you in, and they send that box with all of the, you know, like the postage information, so that you can just slap it on there and stick it in the mail, and it goes back to them and you don't have to pay any additional fees. So I already went through that process once, and now today, after I turn my camera off, I'm gonna go pick my 4 items for this month. So far, I'm a huge fan. The only thing that I guess would be a negative or something that I would caution you guys about is that it's not cheap. So it's about, even with the $20 discount code that I give you guys, it's about $120 a month. If you are not somebody that planned on spending any money on maternity clothes, then it's not worth it. But if you are somebody who is a teacher or who works in any type of a profession where you have to wear like business casual clothes, or if you're somebody that just really loves high-end clothes, or if you have weddings or events to go to and you plan on spending money on maternity clothes anyway, I really, really think that this is an awesome opportunity to get some really like unique, beautiful clothes and to have your wardrobe change with your pregnancy. I just think it was awesome. So anyway, I'm gonna leave information in the comment section below. I can't believe how out of breath I am right now. And that's it. So I'm going to show you guys my bump, and then I'll show you guys that little vlog. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a big old thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye. You're gonna throw it? Yeah. Okay, bud, let's take these pumpkins over to Aunt Jennifer's.